Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into today's video. Vacations are the best part of the year without a doubt, because there is nothing better than packing your bags and hopping on a train or an airplane to have a swell time. That's why we got you our favorite picks of the best travel destinations you could ever visit. Will yours be here too? First up, Oslo, Norway. With its mesmerizing landscapes and its fancy cities, Norway is definitely on the bucket list of every traveler, especially in its capital, Oslo. A lot of efforts were put into transforming its waterways and neighborhoods into a sustainable city. The Virgin Forest, or Oslo Marka, encircle the capital, providing a wild playground for residents and visitors who stomp its hiking trails or plow through powder snow on cross-country skis. This human use of the forest is considered a crucial part of efforts to conserve it, and projects such as Friends of the Earth, Norway's Eventyrs Fairytale Forest program, encourages people to spend time in the wilderness. In June 2022, the new National Museum of Art, Architecture and Design will open on Universitetsgata, showcasing more than 5,000 items, making it the biggest gallery in the entire region of Scandinavia. There will be an impressive collection of Edvard Munch works, so make sure to be there. Next, New Orleans, one of the most underrated places in the U.S. After spending a long time it took to heal itself after Hurricane Katrina, New Orleans found itself prospering once again in 2021 with its breathtaking cuisine and its beautiful monuments and sites. This year, a lot of much anticipated events like the spectacles of Mardi Gras and the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, the Essence Festival, and many more. In November, the Bayou Bacchanal will once again pay homage to Caribbean culture with soca beats, pounding dancehall, and tempting fusion cuisine. New Orleans should be a top destination for foodies, with places such as Dookie Chase that draws in hungry people all day, every day. And for anybody who wants to discover the rich history of the city, you should take one of those Black History walking tours. One of them is led by none other than ex-teeter Judy Geddes Bajwa and offers the visitors the chance to explore the boutique galleries, such as Le Musée des FPC, the house museum dedicated to the legacy of free people of color, and learn more about New Orleans' new history. Don't go anywhere, the list goes on, and we don't want you to miss it, so make sure to hit that like button. Now, we have Egypt. It's nothing short of surprising to include Egypt on the list. The mother of the world, as Egyptians like to call their country, is the cradle of one of the oldest civilizations, with a mixture of so many cultures. With the Grand Egyptian Museum, set to become the largest archaeological museum in the world, promising to open November 2022. Don't miss it out. It will showcase the entire Tutankhamun collection, as well as the reconstructed Khufu ship and so many protected pieces of ancient art that could date way back to 2500 BC. You might already know about the world-famous pyramids, but we're here to show you the newest and trendiest things you should see in Egypt. And the hottest new thing you should go visit is the Aswan International Women Film Festival, to showcase the works of so many talented actresses and producers in modern cinema and the past. Next is Kingston, Jamaica. If the Caribbean was a human body, then Kingston would be its heart. Despite being notorious for the high crime rate lately, the city has been doing its best to cleanse its image and claim a new identity as a cultural hub, overflowing with diverse cuisines and world-class galleries, museums, and carnivals. With the 60th anniversary of independence coming soon, the festivities will be held throughout the island for a long period. For example, in August, the Jamaican Carnival, Bacchanal, will flood the streets with feather headdresses, floats, and stirring steel pan drums. Such a sight to behold. The School of Vision, an active commune and guest house celebrating Rastafarian culture, is reached via a short, sharp trek into the Blue Mountains, far away from the urban areas. It's better to visit on Saturday Sabbath to enjoy the cacophony of Nyabingi music. Of course, you can't go to Kingston without talking about surfing. The surf beaches are also luring in so many crowds, and all of them are choosing the North Coast as their new destination. Don't forget to also visit Runaway Bay, a great spot for newbie and medium-level surfers, but for those who are willing to take the challenge, the Maka Beach should be their #1 surfing site. Next up, Siquijor, Philippines. For decades, Siquijor has remained an area where little to no tourists or visitors, untouched by outside influence due to its spooky reputation about being the island of witches. However, it is the complete opposite than what is commonly believed. Siquijor is a pretty spiritual place, known for its wise people and healers who source materials from the land to create their mysterious concoctions. Mystic traditions are still very much alive and well. A folk healing festival is held once a year during Holy Week, celebrating the island's heady blend of Christianity, shamanism, and other ancient practices. Healers, known locally as Manamabal, gather at the sacred foot of Mount Bandelaine to proffer potions and tinctures made with ingredients gathered from Siquijor's mountains, forests, and seas. It's a beguiling experience and than enough reason to make this trip to this small but mighty island. The lifestyle of the inhabitants sure sparks a bit of curiosity in travelers who are making their way to this petite island with its pristine rivers, waterfalls, lagoons, and thick jungles. If you want to enjoy the beauty of Sikajor close up, you can get around by bicycle and enjoy the freedom of being one with nature. You'll find plenty of snorkel spots at places where you can find a large coral reef with all sorts of beautiful sea creatures. Next, we have Sierras Chicas, Argentina. The Pampas lands and wind-blasted cordilleras are some of the most famous places to visit in Argentina, but there are a few other places in which you can't step off even if you wanted to leave, and the venerable Sierra Chicas is the best one of them. The ancient hills, thought to predate the Andes, are luring in backpackers and travelers who cannot resist its call to adventure. In the northwest of Cordoba, the elemental hills have sustained families for generations, many of whom make their living via cattle or sheep ranching, but luckily they have gotten familiar with tourists and started trying their luck in tourism. Ranches such as Estancia Los Potreros are taking guests out in the wild landscape to live like gauchos, charging them with bringing in foals and rounding up stray cattle for counting or vaccination. Next up is Hachinohe, Japan. From the sky-high building of Tokyo to the traditional gardens of Kyoto, one small destination that is pretty much underrated in Japan, with its villages drenched in history and pounding Pacific coastlines, is no other than Hachinohe City in Aomori Prefecture of Honshu Island. This magical place was one of the Japanese cities that helped the country come out of the 2011 catastrophe by pulling tourists back to Japan, since tourism has been crucial to the recovery of the area and provide new jobs and sources of income for those who were left unemployed due to the unfortunate event. The Michinoku Coastal Trail is nothing short of marvelous. Wriggling along the coast of Tohoku, it's a must-see for anybody who is thinking about visiting Japan and enjoying the calm lifestyle. Following the trail will take you to hidden Shinto shrines, bear-filled forest, and fragrant wildflower meadows along 1,000 picturesque kilometers. You could spend your nights in a hotel like you usually do, but since you are in the land of the rising sun, you should go for a welcoming guest house along the way, and you'll snatch a glimpse of authentic Tohoku life while directly supporting local families. Now we have Trang Archipelago, Thailand. In the Trang Archipelago, you'll find quiet, quartzy beaches, bamboo huts in place of flashy hotels, away from the buzzing and busy streets of the main cities. The only thing that stays awake at night in the archipelago is the wildlife. The dugong sites are a must-see, since you won't be getting to see them in any other place in the world, cutely sheltering among swaying seagrass. The tranquil fishing villages at the coastline offer a sparse but eco-focused selection of guest houses and homestays to assure your satisfaction. Komak Island to the north is one of the liveliest islands in the archipelago, with backpackers resting in the shade of sun-bleached food shacks or enjoying kayaking to see the crab-eating macaques or taking long walks on the jungle beach. Lastly, we have Samos, Greece. It's not a travel list without Greece and its tranquil islands. After the devastating pandemic in 2020, the island's hotel game is on a whole another level this year, with Boho Lux brand Casa Cook opening its latest outpost on Samos in May. With architecture inspired by the traditional buildings found in Samian villages, the admittedly less family-friendly Samos's beaches are its real siren song. From the small but heavenly slice of shingle at the hamlet of Posidonia to the spectacularly dramatic bluffs and waterfalls at Potami, which are enrobed with a liquid amber glow at sunset. Further inland, you'll find the twin peaks of Ampelos and Kerkis towering above ambrosial pine forest and their slopes blissfully unshowy mountain towns, such as Chura, Pogondas, and Mytilene, which have remained deliciously unchanged over the years. That's all we have for today's video. Thanks for watching.